funny, motherfucker.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. Pause for special announcement. Pause. We find Fibber McGee and Molly.
Welcome to another week of comedy, funny, ha-ha. This week we will listen to another episode from Fibber McGee and Molly. This one is titled Overdue Library Book. It aired November 21st, 1939.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly with Jimmy Shields, Bill Thompson, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with All in Favor Say Aye. How many things in your home are made out of wood? Well, there are the floors, the woodwork, paneling, windowsills, the furniture, picture frames, mantels, and perhaps some ornaments. Do you realize that wood dries out, then cracks, and that everything made out of wood will last longer, stay beautiful longer, and be easier to clean if it's protected regularly with genuine Johnson's Wax? Take floors, for example. No careful housekeeper would think of letting them go unprotected, so she waxes them. To protect them from wear and to give them rich, mellow beauty. Floors that are Johnson waxed grow more beautiful with every application of this famous wax polish. They are easier to clean, too, and never need scrubbing. If you have a lovely room paneled in knotty pine or other wood, the very best thing to do is to Johnson wax the entire room. The wax brings out the natural beauty of the paneling and shields it from fingerprints. Dusting is cut in half. You'll find many other labor-saving uses for this genuine Johnson's Wax listed on the package. Buy some tomorrow. Pause for special announcement. Pause. Fibber McGee is working. Unpause. Yes, sweeping off the front porch here at 79 Wistful Vista, while his spouse watches his efforts through the window, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
Oh, the moon shines tonight on pretty red wing. The breeze is sighing, the night bird's crying.
Oh, there. Good afternoon, McGee.
Oh, hi, Redwing, Gildersleeve. What you got there?
A letter for you, McGee.
Oh.
The mailman left it at our house by mistake.
Huh? Oh, well, thanks for bringing it over, Gildy. You better wait till I open it. There might be an answer.
All right, McGee, I'll just... What do you mean, an answer? I'm no messenger boy.
Oh, good. That saves me a nickel. Now, let's see. Well, why, this is ridiculous. It's an outrage. She can't do this to me. You hear me, Gildersleeve? She can't do it.
Who can't do what?
That gal at the public library. Says I've had a book out since September the 13th, and I got to bring it back and pay a heavy fine.
Well, that seems fair to me, McGee.
Huh?
Why didn't you take the book back when you were through with it?
What do you mean, take it back? I don't even remember borrowing it. Shucks, I don't even remember what book it was.
Well, doesn't it say on the card?
No, it just says volume H 348.
Oh.
Now, look, Gildersleeve. You run right back to that librarian and tell her for me that she can't threaten me. If I want to keep a book for 3 months,
You look here, McGee. I have nothing to do with it.
Oh, running out, eh? Start an argument and then sneak away, huh?
I didn't start that argument. I was doing you a favor by bringing the letter over. That's all.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, that's so.
Oh, it is, eh? Hey, What are you rolling your sleeves up for, Gildersleeve? Oh, you want to help me sweep off the porch, eh? Oh, shucks, you don't have to do that, Gildy, old man. Forget it. And thanks for bringing the letter over. I'll run down to the library and take this up with that gal in person.
Well, that's more like it. Oh, you say you're going over to the library, McGee?
Huh? Why, yeah.
Why, that's splendid. Do me a favor and return some books that I borrowed, will you?
Why, sure, Gildersleeve. Glad to. No trouble at all. I'll just slip them into my pocket.
Oh, well, I'm afraid you can't do that, McGee.
Huh?
It's 7 volumes of the Encyclopedia Britannica. I'll bring them over in the wheelbarrow, McGee. Slip them in his pocket.
Great guy, Gildersleeve. I worship the very ground they're going to throw in his face sometime. Oh, well. Say, you leaves will have to rustle for yourselves a while now. I got to go downtown.
What is it, dearie?
Huh? What's what, Molly?
I saw Mr. Gildersleeve bring you a letter, and you seemed sort of upset.
Oh, it was nothing.
But you look worried. Who was the letter from?
I'd rather not tell you, Molly, if you don't mind.
Oh, McGee. Are you in trouble?
Well, a little.
Oh, dear. Is it a woman?
Yes.
Oh, I knew it. Oh, dearie, how could you after all these years?
Well, I'm sorry, but this sort of thing happens to everybody, I guess. How'd I know she was going to take that attitude? Oh, don't be angry, Molly.
I'm not angry, McGee. I'm just disappointed and hurt. How could you do this to me, dearie?
What do you mean to you? I'm the guy that has to pay off. She seemed like a fairly nice gal, too.
Oh, well, if that's the way you feel about it, McGee, I guess there's nothing I can do.
No, I guess not.
Is it somebody I know?
Huh? Oh, yeah, you've met her. She's the librarian at the public library.
That mousy little thing with the thick glasses and smudgy fingers? It might have at least been a stage actress. Then at least you could say you'd been swept off your feet. But that little librarian, oh, no.
Hey, what is this? Can't a guy get bawled out for not bringing back a library book without creating a social upheaval?
Library book?
Yes.
McGee, let's see that letter.
Okay, here. Now, look, Molly, I'll admit I was careless, but shucks, she's just taken advantage of a technicality. That's what she's taken advantage of. A mere technicality.
Heavenly days. Oh, am I relieved.
Well.
So this is all it was. Kiss me, dearie.
Okay. But look, Molly, that gal ain't playing fair. Suppose I did forget the book for a couple of months. That's no sign to me. Come in. Well, it's Billy Mills. Hi, Billy. Scatterbrain. Who, me? No, this. Oh, that.
have you remembered where you put that library book?
Shucks, I can't even remember the name of it. Wonder if I could have loaned it to somebody.
Search me. Maybe we better check the bookshelf here.
Yeah, take a look for me, will you, Molly?
All right, I'll do that. How about crossword puzzles for 1922?
No, that ain't it.
The Rover Boys in the Jungle?
Oh, no. That's the one you gave me last Christmas.
Let me see here. What to do till the doctor comes? A Lithuanian dictionary. I never did know why you bought that.
Well, I had an argument with a truck driver one day, and I wanted to find out if I'd been insulted.
Guffey's Third Reader?
No, that's mine. I'm going to finish it someday, too.
And an almanac for 1912. Well, that's all, dearie.
Well, that's quite a library, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
We got to start weeding it out one of these days. Once you start getting books, they sure do accumulate.
Well, say, how are you going to return a book to the library when you don't know what the book is or where it is?
You sure it ain't in the house?
Yes, I'm sure.
And I must have loaned it to somebody. Now, let me see. Who could I loan that?
Hello there, kids. Say, write me out of the program next week, will you?
Why, Mr. Oldtimer?
Going home for Thanksgiving, daughter. Mama likes to have all us kids there.
Okay, old-timer, the sentiment does you credit.
Hey!
I don't blame you, old-timer. Thanksgiving's a great occasion. I always says that when the turkey's set on the table, that's when trouble takes wings, and McGee takes the neck.
That's pretty good, Johnny, but that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, one feller says to t'other feller, say, says, just went to a movie and seen Deanna Durbin get her first kiss. Is that so, says t'other feller. Why didn't you mind your own business and watch the picture? Say, I just seen a feller loading some encyclopedias into the back of your car, Johnny. But that won't do any good. Where you need the intelligence is in the front seat.
Someday that rheumatic old twerp is going to really annoy me.
Oh, no.
And when he does, I'll make him so mad he'll take out his teeth and grind them at me. I hope that ain't the library hounding me some more. Hello?
Hello. Is it Dorothy L'Amour residence?
No, Dad rat it, this ain't Dorothy L'Amour's residence.
So sorry. It's the wrong number.
It's the wrong number, all right. If anybody takes the rap around here, it's me.
Oh, my. McGee, why don't you start calling up people and ask them if they have your book?
Say, that ain't a bad idea, Molly.
Oh, dear. Come in.
Hello, folks. Say, I just saw Gildersleeve. He was putting some encyclopedias in the back of your car, and he said you were going down to the public library.
Yes, we are pretty soon, Mr. Wilcox.
Incidentally, Harley, you didn't borrow no library book from me, did you?
What was the title?
We don't know.
Well, who was the author?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, what sort of looking book was it?
We haven't any idea.
Well, that's a pretty vague description, I must say. Now, where would I be if I conducted my business that way?
Uh-oh. Loosen your collars, folks. I'm about to stick your necks out. What you mean conducted your business this way, Mr. Wilcox?
Well, I mean, when somebody says to me, what's the name of that product you're selling? I don't say, search me. I say, why, Johnson's self-polishing glow coat, the finest no-rubbing polish made for floors and linoleum.
Well, that does sound a lot better, doesn't it, Mr. Wilcox?
Why, certainly.
I'll say so.
And then suppose they ask me, what does it do? Well, can you imagine me saying, I don't know, I forgot? No. I say, why, it makes old linoleum look like new. Brings out the original sparkling luster and bright colors with absolutely no rubbing or buffing. And it makes it easy to wipe up the dirt and dust without old-fashioned mopping and scrubbing. See what I mean?
Gee. Ever see a guy that was so in love with his own merchandise, folks? They do say he carries a lock of wool off a dust mop in the back of his watch. Why'd you ask about us just going to the library, Harlow.
Well, I've got some library books that are due back today. Would you mind dropping them off for me?
Oh, not at all. Where are they?
Well, I took the liberty of piling them in the back seat of your car.
Huh?
Along with Gildersleeve's encyclopedias.
What do you mean, piling them in? How many did you have?
Only 14. It was a set of O. Henry. Well, thanks a lot, folks.
Who does he think he's kidding, anyway? 14 volumes of O. Henry.
What do you mean?
Who'd write 14 books about a candy bar?
Say, come to think of it, dearie, didn't Mrs. Uppington borrow a book from us?
Oh, she might have. I'll call her up and ask her. Hello, operator. Give me Mrs. Uppington's... Oh, is that you, Mert? Fibber McGee. How's things, Mert? It is, eh? What do you hear from your brother out west? What? He got shot where?
Oh, my.
He did, eh? Right in the fat part, eh?
Oh. Certainly did.
What do you know about that, Molly? Mert's brother was acting in a gangster movie, and he had to get shot in the fattest part of his performance.
Oh.
What say, Mert? Oh, Uppington's don't answer, eh? Okay, thanks, Mert.
Now, let's try to think who might have got that book, McGee.
Yeah.
And you haven't any idea what it was about,
No,
huh?
I can't remember. Now, let me see. If I was a book...
Oh, Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppy.
McGee was just trying to call you up, Mrs. Uppington.
Say, I was at that. Listen, you didn't borrow no library book from us, did you, Uppy?
Please, Mr. McGee. I am not in the habit of borrowing books.
Okay. Skip it. Gee willikers. For a woman your age, Uppy, you sure can get up on your high horse quick and graceful. Well, if Uppy ain't got it, Molly, I guess I got to go down to the library and fight it out.
Oh, I hope you're not going also, Mrs. McGee. I did so want you to go with me to the barn town. They're showing all the new winter furs, you know.
Oh, I don't think I'd be interested, Mrs. Uppington. I think that with me new chinchilla coat, I won't need anything else.
Oh, you lucky girl. A chinchilla. Oh, man, here I've been so contented with my last year's sable. Oh, do show me your chinchilla.
What chinchilla, Molly? You never showed me.
McGee. You know very well it's in our bank vault.
Our bank vault? We ain't got any bank.
Oh, McGee is so forgetful, Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, yes, of course, my dear. Men never notice what we girls wear.
No.
But tell me, Mrs. McGee, do you like Kolinsky?
Well,
Who's Kolinsky, Molly? You see that little fat guy in the fur department that charged you $2 for patching your rabbit collar?
What? Quiet, McGee. I always like to talk to you about fashions, Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, yes. And you know, I always did say that no one in Wistful Vista could wear clothes as well. All as long as you.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Uppington. Coming from you, I really appreciate the compliment. I think the style of that dress you have on is one of the smartest I've ever seen. Though I was a little doubtful of it when Lillian Russell introduced it.
Yes, I think it's very... who? Lillian Oh, well, goodbye.
She's got a lot of nerve high-hatting me like that.
Well, you got to overlook it, Molly. She's had a great sorrow.
Oh, she has?
Yeah, when she was a little girl, she thought she was going to be a great violinist.
Oh, what happened?
Well, years later, it got too confusing. She never knew which chin to tuck the fiddle under. Well, come on, Molly. We might as well take that truckload of books and go on down to the library.
Come in.
Well, hello, Fizzer. Hello, Cupid.
Oh, hello, Mr. DePopulis.
Hi, Nick. Say, Nick, you didn't by any chance borrow a library book from me, did you?
No, Fizzer, I don't think I am buying any chances on a library book from you. That is, I'm certainly fair I didn't.
You mean you're fairly certain?
Is that what I mean?
Well, I think so.
I think so, too. Shake hands. Glad to meet you.
Well, you were about my last hope, Nick. The public library's raising the dickens with me.
Is that so? Incidental, Floss. I have been reading one of his books myself.
One of whose books?
Dickens. It is such a sweet little Christmas stories. It is almost making my eyes leap. The name of it is being called by the title of A Christmas Lombard.
Carol.
Well, I don't know her that well. Anyway, it is all being about a man named Scrooge, who is a very sourpuss old geyser.
You mean geezer.
Yes, a geyser is a big natural fountain.
Well, this man is not being naturally a fountain. He is being only a big drip, I'm thinking. sir, this old Scrooge is not believing in the spirit of Merry Christmas, and the same to me. But he's always bawling everybody out something afraid for.
Kind of an old Scrooge ball, you might say.
You might say it, but I wouldn't. Well, sir, one day after this old closewad was playing fast and louse with everybody, he is going home, and that night he is having a dark horse.
A dark horse? Oh, you mean a nightmare.
Don't be so fussy, Cupid. After all, nights are dark and a mare is a horse, aren't we? Well, sir, a ghostie is taking him on a trip back to his childhood and is showing him...
Pardon me, Mr. DePopulus, but we have to go down to the library.
Yeah, never mind the rest of the story, Nick. We know all about it. How old Scrooge got reformed after that and knocked himself out being such a nice guy.
Yes. And how he was always nice to Bob Cratchit and Tiny Tim.
Yes, and there is a great moral lesson in it, too, for anybody who can see the fingerprinting on the wall. It is teaching us that if you feel you have to trim somebody, why don't you try a Christmas tree? Well, so long, Fizzer. So long, Cupid.
Folks, Jimmy Shields sings Good Night, My Beautiful. Take it, Jimmy.
Good night, my beautiful. The night will be lonely but beautiful when I am alone with my wonderful dreams of you. Someday I hope that bidding you good night will mean nothing more than turning out a light. Someday good night will bring me closer to you. But in the meantime, this will have to do. Good night, my beautiful. Just being with you is so beautiful, and tearing away from your arms is not easy to do. Good night, my wonderful. There's nobody who is so wonderful. Each moment with you is like living a dream come true. So hold me close to you. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Your love is all I have to wait for tomorrow. Good night, my beautiful. The night will be lonely but beautiful when I am alone with my wonderful dreams of you.
Car sounds better since I got the new jack, Molly. Well, here's the public library. Got to get them brakes fixed. Dad it, if they think I'm going to spend the rest of my day hauling these books into the library, they got another guest coming. They'll have to send a guy out with a hand truck. And... Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, hello there, little girl.
Hi, mister.
Well, I'm glad to see a kid. Glad to see a kid your age patronizing the public library.
Why?
Oh, it shows you're interested in improving yourself. Why, some of our most important citizens got their education in public libraries.
Oh, did you?
Well, yes. I think I can credit a great deal of my vast knowledge of affairs and broad outlook to the nights I've spent poring over books in the library.
Oh, gee. No wonder some of these pages are so sticky. What'd you pour over them?
Dad, drat it, I didn't pour anything over him. I says that... Never mind. What's that book you're reading there, sis?
It's a murder story, I betcha. Gee, it's a peachy one, too.
A murder story?
Heavenly day.
You're kind of young to be reading all that there morbid stuff like that there, sis.
I betcha I'm not, I betcha.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no. Oh, gee, what's the matter with it? It's a dandy story.
Be that as it may or may not be. Or not. It ain't the kind of stuff for kids like you to read.
Well, this one is, I betcha.
Huh?
This is the one my mama told me to get.
Your mother told you. Your mother ought to have a good talking to, and I'm just the guy that can do it, too. Giving a kid your age a murder story. What's the name of it?
Who killed Cock Robin?
Come on in the library, Molly. I want to settle this business right now. I'm going to tell this librarian just exactly what I think.
Quiet, McGee. People are trying to read in here. They're all turning around to look at you.
Well, it's a long bookworm that has no turning. Don't you get it, Molly? I said it.
Ain't funny, McGee.
Ain't? Shucks,
Will you please be more quiet?
Oh, are you the librarian, dearie?
Yes, I am.
Are you the one that sent me this letter?
Let me see it, please.
Here you are, sis.
Please speak a little more quietly. We don't want to disturb people, do we?
No, we don't. Look, sis, I couldn't bring back the book I borrowed, but everybody in town sent theirs back by me. Half your library's out there in the back of my car, so you better send a couple of guys out to bring it in.
Oh, thank you so much. Hey, Jake!
Jake! Molly! Take the hand truck out in front and unload that jalopy!
Okay, boy, wait,
Now, what were we saying?
I was saying that I can't even remember what book it was I borrowed. I can't seem to find it to bring it back.
Oh, that's too bad. In that case, it'll cost you $3.
$3? Why, that's an outrage. That's what it is. Just because I couldn't remember where... It's an outrage. That's what it is. Just because I can't remember... Oh, Dad, Braddock, how can I be sore if I can't holler? Here's the $3, sis.
Thank you. And here's your receipt.
What was the name of the book?
You'll find it on a receipt, Mr. McGee.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Well, come on, Molly. But Molly, we better get out the car there. We don't want to get another parking ticket.
But what was the name
Watch
of
the door there, Molly. Thank goodness that's settled. I'll never forget another book as long as I...
Heavenly days, McGee. Answer my question. What book was it?
Well, if you must know, it was How to Improve Your Memory.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Do they all break your heart in the wintertime when they walk across your clean linoleum floors with wet, soggy shoes? You can't really blame them, can you? They can't walk around on stilts, and they often have to come into your kitchen. What's the solution? Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. This marvelous polish was designed especially for linoleum floors that get lots of wear. It's so easy to use, there's practically no work at all. You simply pour Glow Coat on the floor, spread it around, let it dry. In 20 minutes, without any rubbing or buffing, your floor is sparkling and beautiful, protected with a hard polish that's easy to keep clean. And then you won't have to worry about the grocery boy's muddy shoes. Stains and spots are quickly wiped up with a damp cloth. Glow Coat shines as it dries. It's self-polishing. It keeps the colors of your linoleum fresh and new-looking. You can use Glow Coat on painted or varnished wood floors, too. Every month, more and more housewives save work with Glow Coat, spelled Glo-COAT.
Attention, folks. Any reference in this program to any actual librarian living or in the reference room is entirely coincidental. Hey, Molly, didn't Jimmy Shields sound swell tonight?
Oh, he certainly did, McGee. Isn't he a nice lad?
Yeah.
He's a Canadian, you know.
Oh, he is? Why don't we have him sing a song about carrying me back to dear old Saskatchewan or something?
Well, that'd be out of his province. He's from Ontario.
Oh, good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, Racine, Wisconsin, inviting you all to be with us again next Tuesday night at this same time. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. As always, you can listen to my podcast on all podcast services. You can also go to my website, otr.duane.media, to listen to all of my podcasts. There's donation information, patron information, and more all on the website. The website is slowly improving. Thank you for your patience. It takes a while to update and add information to the website, but it's getting there. You can also find me on Instagram, duane.otr. You can also email me if you want, info@otr.duane.media. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, stay safe, wish you well, and as always, peace.